yo, pack a dope, crack a beer, Wally and Troma is here. Suspend DIsbelief Podcast, we all up in your ear. We're making these moves in the perfect execution. So we the crew, of course it's undisputed. So shout out to the OGs, marks, new fans. Talking that A to the Z of the E. NXT, leaving you Japan in the scene on lock. Holding the street, come but sit back, relax. Suspend DIsbelief, brother. Hey yo, pack a dope, crack a beer.
Hello and welcome to the Suspend DIsbelief Podcast. Suspend DIsbelief
Hello.
Podcast. That's Troma. I'm Wally, and we got Curtis, and the Suspend DIsbelief Podcast.
Future Shock.
Yeah, his name is Future Shock. This is where we talk about wrestling and we yell at each other we debate wrestling, even though we're all adult men, and we've been watching wrestling for a collective of over 60 years. So say hello, guys.
We already did. I thought you were going to go on a long speech again.
Speech? No, well, at the beginning I was like, well, what am I going to say this time, you know? And I figured, you know, I'll just wing it. I just, like I did.
You're going to have to start writing them down.
I know. Now it's like, oh, well, shoot.
You have to start prepping.
Last time was so much better. You know, like this one was I'll come prepared next time.
Yeah, well, you know what? That's fine because we don't got no time to dick around because we have a lot of shit to go through today. So let's just fucking get right into it. What do you say, boys?
Let's get into it.
Yes, sir. Let's do it.
A lot of matches to go through. We got a lot of matches to go through.
You don't got to call me sir, but I liked it.
That's not
all
weird. All right.
It can't get any weirder than the stuff we already did before we went on the air. So let's go. We are here to talk WrestleMania 35. Woo!
Yeah.
So let's fucking go. WrestleMania 35, the main event, already announced as the main event for both titles now because Charlotte's got the SmackDown Women's title. Ronda Rousey, Charlotte, Becky Lynch. Let's start with you, Mr. Warlocks.
I'm glad that they gave the title to Charlotte. Actually, they took it from Asuka and gave it to Charlotte. Asuka wasn't doing a damn thing with it, really. So it adds a bit of what can you say, like weight. It adds a bit more weight to an already heavy match, and I think it's gonna be cool. Now the one thing is, like, okay, if Ronda wins, right, does she get the women's title as well, the SmackDown title, or no? Like, how does that work? And if Becky wins, like, who, I guess she gets the title, will she get, like, the SmackDown title if she beats Charlotte? Or if she beats Ronda, will she get the Raw? Like, how does that, who's going to fucking, what do you determine, like, powers, you know, like?
Oh, I believe they're going to clarify that on Monday. They were promoting it as winner take all, like the winner will get all the titles. But now they're saying that if you pin the champ, you only get that title. So I'm thinking on Monday they're going to clarify it because it's no longer winner take all. I think it's going to be pin the champ, you get her belt.
So if Ronda pins Charlotte, then she's get both belts.
She'll have both belts, correct. But if let's say Becky pins one of them, she's only going to get the title of the person she pinned.
So if Ronda beats Becky, then no belts transfer.
No belt, yeah. So it doesn't matter.
Yeah, Becky gets pinned. Yeah, and I think that's what they're gonna end up going to. And if they do, they're gonna need to change that name because that's not a winner take all. Just saying.
Right. That's true. But I think, like, yeah, that's the only, like, I think I'd rather almost prefer it where just one of the titles who's fighting right now.
Do you rather have it the way they have it now, or you rather have it the winner just takes everything?
The winner, I'd rather it be almost like just one belt just up there. You know what I'm saying? Like just one belt up for grabs. Like the other title is just the other title, but this is all about the Raw title kind of thing. So,
but then you just said how much weight it added to add. So why even put the belt on her then?
Because she's a champion, that's all.
Oh, just going as the champion.
Right. I think they're almost using it as a way to kind of reinforce Becky Lynch as kind of like the ultimate underdog babyface,
right.
you know. And, because, she's got these two, badass women on each side of her that she's got to deal with. On top of that, they're both champions. So I can kind of understand the storytelling from that aspect. And as far as like the whole Asuka losing the title, I pretty much, for the most part, agree with what you said, Mr. Warlocks.
Yeah, she wasn't doing anything with it, right?
But it's not that it wasn't that she wasn't doing anything with it. It was that they weren't doing anything with it.
Thing is
that she won. She tapped out Becky at the Royal Rumble, and then after that, we didn't see her for like a month.
I mean, the thing is, she doesn't speak English, man. So whatever she says,
she speaks English. She doesn't, man. No, yeah, she does. It's just not
English.
It's broken English, but
it's English.
She speaks like
But no,
when she's talking, I don't really care what the hell she's saying, because it's like I've already figured out what she's trying to say before she finishes her sentence.
I get what you're saying. And that's always been a hard thing for any foreign talent that comes over to,
it wasn't hard in NXT. For 2 years, she was one of the most overperformer there. She didn't speak.
Well, here's the thing about NXT. That's completely different products, when you're comparing it to WWE, because, they focus way more heavily on the action, for one. And second, you gotta remember that most of your hardcore wrestling fans watch NXT. So of course, those people are gonna get over huge. And not only that, but Paul Levesque, Triple H, he's just doing a phenomenal job, over there.
Used the real name. Trying to get some street cred. I know Triple H's real name.
Paul Levesque.
Paul Levesque.
You know him.
Like my friend, my friend Paul. My buddy Paul was like, Paul. All right.
Try to show people out there.
Let's get right to it then. Pick the winner.
Becky for sure.
Becky for sure. All right, I'm also going Becky.
I mean, it's got to be the WrestleMania moment at the end of the night. It's going to be Becky fucking finally.
Yeah, they always have to have a feel good moment.
How many times did we think that WrestleMania moment was going to happen, and then Brock retains over Roman, or you don't see maybe they Ronda retains and they try to get another month out of this before Ronda goes off to make babies?
I feel like the Daniel Bryan thing. Like they've got that right now with Becky, because Becky's becoming like a mainstream kind of fucking talent, mainstream household name, right? Is what they say. So they're gonna capitalize on that and kind of try and what they lost with Daniel Bryan because he got injured. They're gonna try and because now they got that same energy with Becky, and you really could change the whole face of female wrestling, at this point with Becky.
Well, you got to remember with Becky, what happened with Becky was a total accident.
That's why it's organic. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's organic, and they had that organic feeling with Daniel Bryan. It's not like the same that they're doing Kofi Kingston, where it's Kofi. You want to see him do good, but it's produced, But this is an organic thing with Becky, and they have and that's why she's gonna win at the end of the night, because everyone wants to see her win, right? But,
I mean, it's organic, but I mean, it also is coming off of that. This is what happens when you book someone well. I mean, she went on a tear on SmackDown for half a year, just undefeated, just beating everyone. And then the mistake they made was thinking that we're going to turn her heel by turning on Charlotte, not knowing that was going to make her the biggest fucking babyface because everyone was sick of Charlotte, and she finally made the turn. But can we agree that they've cooled this program way down? It's nowhere as hot as it was.
Yeah. They fiddled and fucked with it so much. And what's disappointing is that like they had a story at not WrestleMania but Royal Rumble. They had the story right there. Becky lost. Charlotte was the last to be eliminated, and Charlotte could have used that excuse. She wasn't even supposed to be in the match. She wasn't even supposed to be scheduled to be in the Rumble. She just put her. Yeah, but if they just would have stuck with that, I think it just would have been a lot more better. Sometimes simple is just the best way to go, and
Yeah, I mean, whatever. I kind of don't mind either way. It does add a little bit more of, like, because Charlotte could fucking go, really, you know? And Charlotte deserves it just as much as Becky, because Charlotte has been carrying the whole fucking
division. And it was supposed to be Charlotte versus Ronda from 2 years ago. That was the original plan all along.
Another comment, if I can, about Charlotte. The funny thing about Charlotte, it's almost like everything that's going on with Becky and Ronda and everything. It's almost like people almost forgotten how badass fucking Charlotte really is. Right. And just like how potentially badass this main event is really going to be. Just because when it's a big show, Charlotte, we're going to see some crazy shit from Charlotte.
Oh, no, it's a better match with Charlotte in it. That's undeniable, obviously. I think.
That's why I had no problem
with they just took too many zigs and zags. Like, they, instead of going from point A to point B, they went through the whole alphabet just to get to B where they are now. But I think once it's in the ring, it doesn't matter. That match is going to deliver. It's going to be the first ever female main event. I think it's going to kick all kinds of ass. And, yeah, I think Becky wins. Everyone goes home happy. And there we go. All right, let's move on. Semi-main event, Brock Lesnar and Seth Rollins. We'll start with you this time, Mr. Shock. You don't like Mr. Shock? Sounds like a Marvel character.
It does. I actually do kind of like it, actually. But yeah, you know, I really like both these guys, especially Seth Rollins. You know, watching him since he was in ROH what was his name in ROH?
Tyler Black.
Tyler Black. That's right, Tyler Black.
Such a big fan, don't even know his name.
And you know, the last promo that he did last week on Raw with Heyman, I actually got around to watching that. Like, I liked it. I thought it was really, really good. But I don't know. It's just like, I kind of don't care. You know, almost. It's maybe it's what they did with Brock Lesnar and how they've been booking him this last couple years, you know, almost overbooking him too much, especially when they put the title back on him. But yeah, it's hard for me to get into this match. I'm still going to watch it. I still think it's going to be a really good match. I mean, I think those two guys.
I mean, it's not like you're going to not watch it.
But I'm going to watch it.
But here's the thing with this match, right? Fucking, there's no way Seth Rollins is winning. All right, Brock Lesnar is gonna take this fucking title throughout the next year. I feel like Brock is the next Tito or who's the guy? San Martino, Bruno San Martino. Like, I feel like Brock, he's on that level where he's gonna hold the title for 4 fucking years. Because why the fuck not? Because he's a monster. Look at the monster.
Because that's horrible.
Because he's Satan himself. No, it's not horrible. It's the greatest thing that could ever happen to this fucking industry.
Strongly disagree, but continue.
No. Brock Lesnar is definitely winning, and that's why I'm gonna watch it, because I want to see Brock Lesnar continue to dominate. Man, Brock Lesnar is, I mean, he is the real Hulk Hogan. He's a real, like, Andre. Never mind. Not erase what I just said. He is the real Hulk Hogan. You know, to me, that's all.
You got something to say to that, Mr. Shock?
I wouldn't be surprised if they.
I'll stop calling him Mr. Shock. I see it really bothers you. The face he makes when I say it. Yeah, go ahead.
But when we call him Mr. Warlock.
No, you call me Mr. Warlock. Just call me.
But they can't. You can't. He can't call me Mr. Shock.
No, I don't care. I don't care.
All right.
Let's stay on topic.
Yeah, I can understand if they put it on Brock Lesnar, especially for the fact that, you know, I think he still wants to go into the octagon wearing that title, to possibly come out with that title and the UFC title, which, you know, at the end of the day, it'd be a cool moment, make a great picture, but is it going to do anything for the business?
Yes, 100%.
I don't know.
Yes,
I don't think so.
Yes, it will. 100%, definitely.
I don't think so, and here's why. Here's why. And I'll tell you why. One, at the end of the day, WWE is just not holding a candle to everything else that's going on in the wrestling landscape today. And with other promotions, you know, like AEW that's fixing to come up, and they're fixing to come up big and hard, and they got a fucking plan. You know, and the accessibility of so much content when it comes to wrestling is so easy now that
a lot of
something like this is going to be forgettable. Prime example, that shoot that Ronda Rousey did, you know, when she exposed the business,
pissed me off.
But
I tweeted.
What people?
Yeah, we know.
I know.
We know. We talked about it.
We remember the tweet. But let's fast forward to now. Nobody's talking about it. Why? Nobody cared.
We're talking about it right now.
Either nobody cares or nobody done or everybody done forgot.
So you just made it,
I just mentioned it because it's my job to remember this shit.
No,
I'm supposed to remember this shit.
No, but
even though it has no goddamn continuity to these goddamn storylines, I got to stick with it, and so it makes the show fucking normal.
Calm
and
down.
To watch.
Calm down, Future. It's my job to yell at him.
Fuck you guys both.
All right, okay.
Yeah,
let me ask you something then, Wally. Okay. Let me ask you this. You say Brock Lesnar, keep the title on him. That's going to make a big difference. That's going to be like the best thing to happen to wrestling.
Everybody knows.
Okay, but the title's been on him for how long now?
And everybody expects.
And ratings have been in the toilet. They're doing some of their worst numbers ever.
Have been in the toilet forever, man. Come on.
So what? Ratings don't matter then? What big difference is this making? Like what? He's had the title. What is this doing good? This is not doing good. Business is down.
Well, you keep saying business is down. You keep saying business is down, but it's not really, because I've been watching Raw now. And the thing is that I'm tired of seeing.
So you are the barometer for the business?
Yeah, 100%.
It's not that the business. It's not the business. It's down. It's the attendance that is down. That's the problem. They're not drawing people. They're not drawing.
You guys can't say facts, factual shit like that without actually knowing. All right, so you can't.
I have factual shit. It's fact that Raw's ratings have been fucking bad. They've been having their worst ratings. We discussed this on the podcast. This was Raw's worst week, and then the next week they broke the record and had the lowest audience. That all happened recently, and this is while Brock was the champion.
This is all documented.
I don't blame Brock because he's never around. So I'm saying I'm supposed to know every week's ratings.
Yeah, but you can't say the ratings are down when we're talking about this week. We're talking about WrestleMania week. Right?
Ratings ever.
Right, so
of course, it's WrestleMania season. The ratings are naturally going to be up during WrestleMania season.
Okay, so
no matter what
do you think matters? What do you think matters? Do you think the ratings matter, or do you think the network sales matter? What do you think?
I think the ratings. If their ratings aren't good, you think Fox is.
Wait a minute. What do you think really matters? The network sales or the fucking ratings? What do you think matters?
The ratings, because their money. They're not making all their money off the network sales. You think our $10 a month matters to them? Dude, they're off.
They did just make $1 billion.
USA, Fox, the money that they're getting paid for Raw and SmackDown, that's how they survive.
So why would Fox pick them up if the network if the ratings are down? Why would Fox put that on primetime television?
Ratings down because Fox is making an investment. They're taking a gamble, probably going to pay off. If they come back. I'm just saying
they need content.
Fact that the ratings have been the worst that they've been.
Now, do you think Fox would rather Brock Lesnar be the champion or Seth? Who?
Oh, I don't think it matters if Fox. Really? If Fox wants Brock to be and Brock's going to be on Fox once or twice every 3-4 months. You think that's
is that better than zero?
To bring up a good point, just so y'all know, when it comes to the deal that they made with Fox, Brock Lesnar was not the enticer in that fucking deal. It was Ronda Rousey.
And she's going to go make babies anyway, so. All right, you know what? Pick a winner. Go ahead.
Brock Lesnar.
What do you think?
I'm gonna go Seth Rollins.
I want to go Seth so bad. I think they fucked this story up. Remember when Seth was the Intercontinental Champion? He was having amazing matches every week. Go ahead.
I'm going against my better judgment, and I'm going to say Seth Rollins because I really don't want them to make him look like a geek. I really don't.
He is.
After all this Big build up to this match.
When Seth was red hot, when he was the IC champ every week, that was when, I thought this is the guy they should put the belt on. And then he went through, they cooled him off and everything. And I've sat here so many fucking times and looked this man right here, Mr. Warlocks, in the eye and said, you're fucking crazy. Brock is going to UFC. This is when he's going to lose. It never fucking happened. It hasn't happened yet. So I think they're going to go with Brock.
We thought he was leaving last year too. So there's no fucking telling.
Called this man an idiot for saying Brock is going to win and not leaving. And I've been wrong every time. I don't agree with it, but I think Brock's going to win.
Yeah, thank you, bro.
I can admit I'm wrong. Yeah. All right, Daniel Bryan, Kofi Kingston. Let's go start with Mr. Warlocks. I'm trying to remember who went last.
I don't know why you're mediating like this, by the way. Like, it's cool, but like...
We agreed I was going to run down the match. Who's going to...
That's fine. All right, listen. So, as much as I'd like Daniel Bryan to win, and keep going on this fucking... this heel run, they're going to give it to Kofi, but I'm loving this Daniel Bryan. Like, I love this Daniel Bryan. He's so much fun to watch again. And when he came back initially, I was like, fuck, man, Daniel Bryan, like, it's so true 2-3 years ago. Like, he, like, I was just kind of over him, and now I love him. It's like, fuck yes, this is what I wanted to see.
This is the best he's been in years.
Yeah.
Yes, it's really a combination of all his heel work that he's done throughout his entire career, and it's just what did it for me, man, when he brought that self-sustaining belt out, dude.
Yeah, exactly.
I thought that was the most brilliant fucking thing I have ever fucking seen. And just this whole really vegan, planet savior fucking shit. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it, dude. I fucking love it. I agree. This is, I think, his best work yet. By far.
So Daniel Bryan's awesome. I agree. They caught lightning in the bottle with this Kofi thing. So I think, of course, they got to have that feel-good moment, put the belt on Kofi. I think they're going to have the big celebration, thank you, Kofi, for all you've done. And then a month down the line, Bryan's going to win it right back. That's where I think they're going to go with this. I've enjoyed the storyline. I think it's great that, Kofi's kind of having this chance. I don't think it's going to last. I don't think it's going to be sustainable, but
it's hard to see it.
I like it. So, and I think the match will be great. I think the match is going to kick all kinds of ass. And
oh yeah, no doubt.
Kofi, you guys got a winner?
Yeah, I think they're going to put it on Kofi. I think that's going to be one of their biggest feel-good moments of the night. So, yeah, Kofi.
All right, we got a clean sweep all the way through, except Mr. Curtis picked Rollins.
Yep.
Okay, so
somebody's got to be the odd man out. So.
Oh, well, you certainly are that.
Don't make a pick just to be the odd man out.
No, I actually am going against better judgment, but you never know. Maybe.
I don't know if you're going against judgment because I think everyone thinks that Seth's winning.
He could win it. I
think everyone thinks Seth's winning besides, But like I said, this dude always picks Brock every time, and he's never wrong about Brock winning. So I'm going to actually be on his side this time. Let's go. Here we go. The big dog, Roman Reigns and Drew McIntyre. This is going to be interesting because I know how much you fucking hate Drew McIntyre. So let me hear it.
How much I hate Drew McIntyre?
Yeah. How many times have you sat here and told me that I don't see it in Drew? He's not the man. He's not the guy.
I don't see him being the man. It's not that I hate him. I just don't see him being like. I don't see him going up against Brock Lesnar. I don't see him. You
don't hate him like you hate Bobby Lashley.
I hate Bobby Lashley.
Yeah. Okay. Just make sure.
You're just not seeing it. You're just not seeing it.
Is this a big enough match for Roman?
Any match for Roman because he wasn't supposed to be there in the first place.
But do you think having him him being in there alone is enough? Just Roman actually having a match is enough. Doesn't matter the opponent.
Roman, exactly. Roman being there, right? Exactly. At WrestleMania after the whole leukemia thing, just him being, and even like having a going a one-on-one. It's definitely like a big deal.
Did they make a mistake not going with Roman and Dean and just letting them have it out, and then Dean can go on his merry way after instead of just pulling them off completely? You think they should have went with Roman and Dean Ambrose instead and letting them have that moment together? Even though I know they don't want to reward a guy leaving, but don't you think that would be a better moment to have Roman and Dean. I mean, they don't even have to be
against each other.
Yeah, I mean, that was the original plan. So I'm saying, like, I'm not saying turn Dean. I'm saying, but even if they just go in as friends for, like, Dean's last match, don't you think that would be a better moment to just have them go at it? Then they can shake hands and hug, and Dean will ride off, and Roman has his big win. And Dean means more to beat than Drew, I think.
Yeah, probably, but...
I'm over the Shield, really, man. I'm over the Shield. I really don't... I mean, to me, the Shields don't play... Like, they fucked with it too much, you know? They went back and forth. They went back and forth and broke it up too much, and like to me, it's like, yeah, you motherfuckers really just came in at the same time together. You know what I'm saying? Like, to me,
they had no no connection before that.
Right. You know.
All right, so let me ask the question I was trying to ask last week before some motherfucker very rudely muted me, and then said, "Oh, let's go off on the cliffhanger." Do you think now this is WrestleMania? This is the smartest crowd of them all. Will there be people that boo Roman Reigns at WrestleMania?
No.
No, not at all. No one's going to boo him.
No.
What do you think?
I think they are going to be definitely people there booing. As far as we're going to be able to hear it on our TV screens,
you don't think so?
I don't think we'll hear any boos. I don't think we'll hear any boos. But I think there will definitely be people in the crowd that will be booing. But I think there'll be...
Imagine the dirty looks they would get in that fucking
crowd.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, but let me ask you this then. Isn't it more disrespectful as a wrestling fan to not boo him because you feel sorry for him because he had cancer? I mean, don't you think it's more respectful, like, as a wrestling fan that, you know, I'm glad you beat cancer. As a human being, I'm happy for you. But as the character, I don't like you, so I'm going to boo you as a fan. Like, I think that's...
What about him do you not like now, though? What about him?
Why? Just because he survived cancer, you like him now?
That's a bit...
I understand, but his character didn't survive. The person survived.
That's exactly that's the person. I'm not booing that person anymore because... That guy's a fucking...
So you're not booing him ever again because of this?
Well, no, that's not... If he does something heelish, if he does something to fucking negate what he's... The positive that he's done... Look, he's...
But I'm saying, what's different, though, besides that? Like, if the...
That's the...
But if the character is exactly the same,
it's not exactly
why
the
should
same,
you just...
But he's not exactly... Now he's vulnerable. Now he's not the fucking Superman that they've built him to be. And he's got this vulnerability and something... He's more relatable now because he's just fucking Joe. Really.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so that's the person I'm not booing. Look, man, I fucking hated Roman Reigns. I was like, this motherfucker is by my style, you know? Like
that's my point, though. So let's say 6 months from the line, if it just goes back to the same old Roman Reigns that you hated, he's still a face. He hasn't done anything heelish or turn. Are you then gonna enough time passed that you're gonna boo him?
Because look, he's given so much.
So he's got a pass for life because of this.
No, it's not a pass for life, but it's like,
if I can iterate something, you know,
he's
I would have been one of the ones that would have been cheering Roman, and here's why: because I've always liked him because I think he's a really, really good worker. What I don't like is how they booked him. I don't like how they gave him these cheesy ass fucking scripted lines that made him sound like a fucking geek. And just totally killed his character and shit. Like, the times when he would just come out and just beat the shit out of everybody and just fucking just destroy the fucking all the tables and shit around the ring and shit and just lay waste to everybody. Like, I love that Roman. I wish they would have stuck with that and just went balls to the wall with that fucking part of the character. And I think he would have been far more over than what he turned out to be. But that's just me. Like, I've always liked Roman. I never wanted to boo Roman. The only thing I booed when it came to Roman is the booking and how they booked him and how they overbooked him and how they tried shoving him down people's throats.
Booing the booking is still booing Roman, though, because
you're right.
You're not booing the guys backstage. I mean, you are, but you're still booing the character out there, you know?
Right.
The thing is,
but I'm not putting it solely on Roman. You know, he's doing the best he can with with what he's given.
The thing is, man, as somebody who's always hated Roman or his booking, or just kind of like, this guy's got everything kind of thing, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I've always hated about him.
And I understand why somebody from your position.
With everything that's happened to him, all of a sudden there's all this other content that's coming out about him, and people are telling stories about him, and people are like, so, and then you see all that shit, and you see the stories about him where, you know, he's a good fucking dude, it seems like, you know, and people like him genuinely because all this outcry and fucking, and, you know, like the shit he said about, like, I felt all your prayers and that shit, like, to me, that's like, man, that guy's a good guy. Why the fuck am I booing him again? Like,
they say he's a humble dude and he's a true locker room leader backstage, you know. So
when that type of shit, I hear that shit, I'm like, all right, well, you know, maybe, you know.
Okay, let me ask you this then, like, just to kind of twist it a little bit. What about a guy like John Cena? I mean, he's like the best guy, you know. Make-A-Wish, all the stuff he does. He's like the greatest guy, but people still boo the shit out of him, you know?
Well, that's the thing.
I think that's different because when people boo John Cena, they boo it just because it's fun. Like,
it was the end thing to do. I think that's the exact same reason why they boo.
What happened
why they boo Roman?
Okay, Adam. I'm sorry, Mr. Warlocks.
No, call me
Mr. Warlocks.
All right, whatever.
Okay. What happened with you with Roman actually happened to me with John Cena. I used to hate John Cena. I hated him. Fucking booed the shit out of him because I legitimately didn't like him.
Right.
But then as time went along and every time a big match came along and when he finally started, you know, kind of like changing it up a little bit, I finally saw like, wow, this guy really is a fucking great worker and shit. And I fucking was just like, yeah, I was wrong, man. And I love him now as a worker. But I still boo him. You know, I'll still boo him and shit because it's fun to do. It's fun to boo him.
Well, I think that's the exact same thing with Roman because Roman was never a horrible worker. Roman was always a great worker. He was always a great character. And remember that Royal Rumble that fucking Batista won? They were going crazy for Roman because he didn't win. And then the very next year, they were booing him when he did win it because it became the end thing to do. You know, Roman was... because he was their chosen one, and they're always going to rebel against the chosen one.
Right.
I just think personally, you know, if you didn't like Roman before this, I think it's kind of corny and cheap that all of a sudden you like him just because, you know, he survived cancer, because I think that, you know, that his character, I'm not saying it's not a big deal. I'm just saying wrestling's fake, y'all. His character, you know, if you didn't like his character before, why like his character now? That's just my personal opinion.
It's a good point. Yeah, and I see what you're saying.
Because his character is different now. His character is a different.
How is it different? The only difference is he survived cancer.
That's a huge difference.
I will say this though, the last few reactions he has gotten, it almost sounds like a few of those people in there that were cheering were kind of like, yay, Roman. Oh, I want to boo him, but yay, you know, like they almost feel like guilty to boo him, you know, if they did because of the whole cancer thing.
You should.
All right, so we're all picking Roman here, right? There's no fucking way Drew goes over.
Yeah.
All right, let's go. AJ and Randy Orton, and whoever the fuck wants to start. Since I got yelled at for delegating.
Styles is on. This one's kind of hard to actually really pick. Something in me is saying like, duh, Randy Orton. You know, Randy Orton's winning this because Randy Orton's a WWE guy, you know, and then AJ Styles is really not, you know.
He's not? I mean,
he's not.
He's been the champ. He's pretty much been the man on SmackDown for like 2 straight years. Right. He's not a WWE guy?
He's been on SmackDown, on SmackDown. Yeah.
He held the title for a year.
On SmackDown.
Randy Orton's also been on SmackDown for like...
But Randy Orton's a WWE guy, though. I'm saying like Randy Orton's been in there for a motherfucking minute, but AJ Styles has been the man on SmackDown.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
you don't think he could be the man on Raw?
I think he could. I don't think they would make him the man on Raw. You know, he definitely could. He's just not a WWE guy. I feel like
he just signed a big new contract. Does that play anything into it?
How many years did they sign that contract for?
He re-signed like long term. I don't know how many years, but he announced that he has re-signed long term.
Really? Oh, that's interesting. I I just think Randy Orton, when it comes to WrestleMania, I think Randy Orton's a name that you always see on WrestleMania, and you know, you always see Randy Orton kind of winning. You know, like I didn't expect Randy Orton to be CM Punk, but he did. You know, so I don't know, Randy Orton for sure. I think so.
Why?
All right, here's what I think. Another one of those matches. I'm kind of really don't care either or who wins. What I would like to see
is going to be a great match.
This match
this match might steal the show.
Right, I see that happening.
It can, and like I'm hoping it is one of the matches that steals the show. And what I'm hoping to see is, this is what I hope happens. I hope Randy hits that RKO, goes for the pin, 1, 2, AJ kicks out.
And then?
And then he comes around, and then he comes around and fucking wins.
What the fuck is that dramatic pause for? Jesus Christ!
Because they've been fucking. The RKO is for at least the last couple years now. It seems like they've been really protecting the shit out of that finisher. Like I haven't seen anybody kick out of that in a long time.
Viral, that's why that shit is the most popular finisher.
Because it's awesome.
Yeah, well, it is the stunner, so.
No, it's the diamond cutter. Let's get it right.
All right, whatever. You know what I'm saying. The diamond cutter is the stunner also.
Ooh, he put you in your place, dog.
What the fuck? What are you talking about? Same old shit. It's the spear is the spear, you know? So.
Well, I do see Randy winning. Also, I see him winning because I think this is like a program that they're going to carry on for a few months. I mean, this is the first match. The heel usually wins the first match if you're going to keep the program going. And, you know, they need another top program on SmackDown besides, you know, Daniel and Kofi. And I think Randy and AJ is a great program to keep going. And, you know, Randy, I like, you know, going to WrestleMania because Randy always finds a way to hit a fucking phenomenal, no pun intended, RKO.
Right, he does.
And with AJ Styles, I mean, and him, they're going to come up with something amazing. Yeah, they're going to come up with some kind of crazy fucking finish that's going to get into an RKO that's going to fucking be viral. It's going to be crazy. So, yeah, I'm going with Randy. So, I didn't get your pick. Are you going with – you're going with AJ, right?
I'm going Randy.
Yeah.
You're going with AJ, right? Well, Future.
No, Randy. I said Randy.
No,
yeah, I'm going with AJ.
All right, you're going with AJ. All right. Let's move on here. Okay, I know this is one that you're excited about. Triple H and Batista, no holds barred. And Triple H has put his career on the line.
Triple H is winning for sure.
Go ahead. Oh, obviously, if his career's on the line. Are you excited for this match?
Me?
I am.
Have they done enough to get you?
I think they've done.
I'm shocked that you're excited.
Just the Ric Flair thing.
I'm actually excited for this match.
Just dragging Ric Flair out like that and ending Raw like that. I was like, oh, that was the first time I was like, oh.
That's fucking crazy because you know Ric Flair just like had surgery.
Yeah.
Like the other day,
he slammed his head on the concrete, and you could hear the thud like, and I was like, oh.
That shows you how much respect and love that Flair has for these two motherfuckers.
Oh, yeah.
That he's like, I've got surgery in a couple weeks, but please drag my ass out here, you know. Well, props to fucking Ric Flair for that.
Yeah, it was a great match.
I've loved what they done with the build up to this match.
I'm excited.
I love the fact that they hadn't even fucking touched each other, and don't let them touch each other until fucking WrestleMania, man. Because I mean, Batista,
you know, like
Batista, man.
Don't touch Batista. He's a fucking movie star, okay?
I mean, like, well, that's the thing I was about to say about Batista.
Really, though, he had one lucky movie. That's it, really.
But he's in a shit ton of movies.
Actually,
he's getting consistent work, and he's good.
He's actually a really good actor. He's starting to become a really, really good actor.
I mean, he's not
the Miz or anything, but you know.
Oh, he's
way better than. I'll tell you what. Think about one of my favorite bits that Batista did was his small role that he did in the new Blade Runner movie, and it wasn't that long. It was probably like a 10-15 minute scene that he was in, but. It was so good. It was so good. I mean, it really showed you like, wow, this guy can act. He really can act. and it really impressed me and shit. And both Guardians of the Galaxy movies, he's phenomenal. He's one of the best characters. He was a surprise hit in that fucking movie. Here's another thing. I mean, what some of his biggest fans from those
like
movies.
How he said, here's another thing.
Like Jim Cornette.
But no, like what I love about him is that, especially his Drax character from the Guardians, is like a lot of autistic kids now are like look up to him and shit because the way the character is, you know, he doesn't understand metaphors. He takes everything literal and shit. Like he's given these kids, you know, like a role model, somebody to look up to. It's just like, hey, I can be a big, powerful badass like him. He's just like me, you know. He's a little broken like I am.
All right, let's get to the match itself.
Hold on, Tristan in the chat room is asking, are we going to have tag title match at WrestleMania? A tag title match at WrestleMania?
I don't think so because the Revival are feuding with Aleister and Ricochet, and they're gonna be going for the NXT tag titles against the War Raiders the night before. I see all of those guys being in the Battle Royal, which Adam predicted, and I said no fucking way. So I admit again, this is like a record. I'm just admitting you're right about a lot of shit today. So soak it in.
They should hire
soak
me.
it in.
They should hire me right. So
they should hire the both of us.
Oh yeah.
Good luck with your future endeavors. Future shop. But they should definitely hire.
Appreciate it.
All right. Hey, okay. About this match, so let's try to get back on topic. I do think that I think it was smart adding the no holds barred because Batista hasn't wrestled in a while.
Wait.
Triple H is coming off.
Did we answer the tag title?
We just did.
Which was what?
I said I don't think so because
the answer is no.
Yeah, we don't think so. They may add something this week. They're still Raw and SmackDown, so who knows?
If they maybe on the pre-show, maybe.
That's what I was gonna say. If they do.
By the way, thank you
pre-show
for watching us live. We appreciate it.
Yes, thank you. Appreciate it.
I think the no holds barred step really smart because you need some bells and whistles here because Triple H, he's not going to go any less than 30 minutes, and he's just coming off the quad. Batista hasn't wrestled in a while. Let's have some bells and whistles, smoke and mirrors, pad the match out a little bit.
I think Triple H. Both their entrances are going to be super.
Oh yeah, the entrances are going to be
the best of the night. Really.
Triple H kills it. Always. Yeah, without the Undertaker, Triple H always best entrance, no doubt.
Yeah.
I actually think that Triple H is going to win, and that's why he put the career on the line. I think it's kind of like a red herring. He's like, if I put my career on the line, then obviously they think I'm going to win because why would I put my career on the line,
He's probably about ready to retire anyway.
You think this is his last match? You don't think that
No, I don't think so.
I think Triple H could go for another 3-4 WrestleManias just once a year.
I think so too. I think he's still got some more bumps left on that.
I'm not the biggest Triple H fan. I know Triple H is your guy. But Triple H is a big money performer, and WrestleMania is the biggest money, and he can deliver. And with look, with Cena and the Undertaker maybe not coming back, Undertaker maybe not having a match this year. I think Triple H is going to be a guy that you can rely on for the next 5 years to come in and have a match.
I'm sorry.
Or not.
I'll be the first to say, Triple H is not the greatest, wrestler of all time. However, when it comes time for that big match, he always comes through. He can work with anybody. He can work with anybody and shit. And that's what I've always liked about Triple H. And that's why anytime, especially at a WrestleMania, it's gonna be entertaining one way or another. They're gonna do something pretty cool.
I thought Batista, when he was on Raw, I thought he fumbled quite a bit. Like during his promo when they were face to face, like I thought Batista was like, man, he had some mic rust. Like he was not that. He's like, give it to me, give it to me. I was like, what is he doing right now? Like what?
I actually kind of liked it.
Set, he can fucking stop and take 9 or 10 takes. He has to be live. I'm sure that's an adjustment when you can just fuck up and be like, cut, let me do it again until I have it perfect.
I actually kind of liked it. I almost,
he fumbled
in a
his
way,
words,
I know he fumbled
his
his.
yeah.
I understand he fumbled his words, but it kind of the grand scheme of things, I think it kind of almost added a little bit to the story. It just came off even more real and shit because he still maintained that intensity and shit, which is Batista
like,
what's great
so
at.
Angry that he's fucking up words kind of thing.
Yeah. He's so angry that he can't get the words out of his mouth and shit. And that Batista's always been really good at fucking being intense and shit. So,
all right, so who's winning
that's
here?
my opinion.
Triple H.
I'm gonna go with Triple H.
Okay, we're all going with Triple H. Clean sweep. Is this a one-off for Batista? Do you think he does he further off a little bit?
He's done. He's not come back. Batista's a quitter.
I think it's a one-off.
Yeah,
do you like that they made Batista the heel instead of Triple H being the heel?
Batista is the heel. He's a bitch.
Yeah, do you like that? Because Batista's like the big returning movie star.
Triple H anyway, so it's like I'm going with Triple H no matter what. Suck it. That's right. What happened?
Well,
what just happened there? Okay, we're back.
We're all back.
Are we still recording?
Yeah,
are we still good?
Everything's good. That was just.
All right, cool. Let's move on then. Let's try to. All right, we got most of the giant matches out of the way. Let's try to blast through some of these since we still got a lot to talk about. So let's go with IC title, Lashley and Finn Balor. Doesn't even seem like a WrestleMania match to me.
I'm probably gonna take a shit during this match.
I don't like Lashley either, so I'm going with Balor. We're all going with Balor.
Yeah.
Joe and Mysterio, U.S. title. I think this has potential. Yeah. This could be good. A lot of people are pissed that it's not Rey and Andrade, but I mean Joe's the bigger name, so I'm fine with it.
I think this is a sleeper match. I think this is going to surprise people.
I think Joe chokes him out.
Shorter than we want it to be. I think this match is gonna leave us being like, damn, they should have let him go, But
they're definitely not gonna get a ton of time. But on the next pay-per-view, they'll probably get like 20-25 minutes, so it'll be better. This is another one that I see.
The thing is that with the network, they should be able to give dudes as long as they want to go because it's on the fucking network. It's not pay-per-view,
Yeah, but this show is gonna be like a 7-hour show. I mean, do you want WrestleMania to be all day?
Kinda.
I don't. I've got like 31 other shows to watch.
All right, well.
So are we all going with Joe?
Joe, I'm going with Joe.
Yeah, Rey Mysterio.
Okay, women's tag, Sasha and Bailey, Bet and Natalya, Nia and Tamina, and the Iconics.
The Iconics all day and forever.
Is that just because they're hot?
Yes.
Very fair. Very fair. And you, good sir?
Iconics.
You guys are really picking the Iconics here?
I am. I actually like the Iconics.
I love them to death. They're so much fun to watch.
I love it. They're so fun to watch.
They're a great heel act, but in the ring, they're
funny,
not.
Man, they're so fucking funny. And it's just, they're cool together. They look good. It's like, I like them, man.
They're great together. I know they're not ring wizards in that ring, but I don't care. They're entertaining as hell to watch. They always make me laugh.
Wizards, So,
yeah, they got charisma, and sometimes that's hard.
And Miz and Shane, falls count anywhere.
Miz.
Shane.
Miz.
Shane.
Miz.
Shane.
Yeah. Why would you go? Yo, Shane's gonna jump off something crazy. He is.
Yeah, he's gonna fucking die when he hits the ground.
Miz, and then Miz is gonna pin him.
And then Miz is gonna pin him.
Okay, I want to get into this a little bit. Kurt Angle and Baron Corbin. Kurt Angle's retirement match. What the fuck is Baron Corbin doing in Kurt Angle's retirement match?
He's putting him to pasture, man. He's taking him out to pasture. That's what's happening.
You think Baron Corbin? They're putting of all the guys you could pick for Kurt Angle to put over in his match. You pick Baron Corbin.
Yeah, Kurt. He needs the rub. He needs that heel rub. He needs that fucking take him out to pasture type of heel rub. Yeah.
You think that's the decision, Baron Corbin?
Baron Corbin's going to go over, and he's going to go over in a very brutal fashion. In a brutal fashion, quote me, he's going to go over in very high brutal fashion. He's going to make Baron Corbin look like a monster.
You don't think he could have given this to anyone? You don't think Finn Balor or fucking, someone...
He's a heel. Wait, Finn Balor's a face. He's a heel. Look.
If Kurt Angle and Finn Balor
I'm going to tell you this right now. This match...
That would mean a lot.
If this match goes longer than 5 minutes, it's going to be a bad match. That's all I'm saying.
McIntyre, put over Drew, you know? Baron Corbin, like, I think
Baron Corbin needs it, man. He needs it. Baron Corbin needs...
Kurt Angle shouldn't even be wrestling, to be honest with you.
Why not? Why not? If you really want to retire Kurt Angle, why not have Braun fucking Strowman murder him, you know?
That's why. Braun Strowman's a face.
It doesn't matter. I don't think it matters.
It does matter, man. It does. It does, because look...
Do you think face-heel dynamics still play today?
Yes, 100%, because they are face and heel. They do things as face and heel. Yes, 100%. Dude, why is it that Bobby Lashley, Drew McIntyre, and fucking Braun and Baron Corbin are all even like linked together as a tag team? Why?
Because they're heels.
Okay, so obviously, clearly, somebody is making these decisions, right?
But I mean, don't we have face matches all the time?
We have face all the time.
We can have face matches,
right? But those are just like exhibitions, right? They don't really matter, right? When it's Chad Gable versus Kurt Angle.
It depends on the story. It depends on what story they're trying to tell. So
I just think you had a better choice for his last match than Baron fucking Corbin.
Look, it's not about Kurt Angle. It's about Baron Corbin. That's what it is.
That's the problem to me.
That is the problem.
You guys need to. I feel like the way that look, when a wrestler is about to leave like the business, right? He has to
do the honors.
Do the honors, right? So this is Kurt Angle doing the honors, okay? Like it or not, we don't know Baron Corbin, okay? And there's a reason why we don't like him. Look. There's a reason why we don't like Baron Corbin, right? Because he does his job very fucking well. He does his job, and we don't like Baron. I don't like Baron Corbin because
I don't like.
That's not the reason why I don't like him.
But you don't like him?
I don't, because he's not good in ring, and I think he's not. He's not.
They're all. So if you're on Monday Night Raw, guess what? Guess what you are. If you're on Monday Night Raw, guess what you are.
His push outweighs his skill to me.
Okay, if you're on Monday Night Raw, guess what you are, bro. If you're on Monday Night Raw,
he has go away, which is the heat you don't want.
If you're on Monday Night Raw, you're big. He's there because of his size. I mean, come on. The guy can't talk. The guy can't wrestle. He's not on Raw because of his skills. He's on Raw because he's big.
Dude, he's got skills. That what's his the finisher called?
He can do some cool shit.
Called the end of days.
Cool moves in a match doesn't make you great though. Yeah. I'm not saying there's.
He wears a suit to the ring, like he wears a dress.
I hate that. Oh my god, I hate that.
I love that, man. To me, Baron Corbin. It's about Baron Corbin. It's about
maybe you're on something because he irritates the shit out of me, and that's what he wants to do. Maybe you have a point,
right?
But I don't think he needs. I honestly, I think it's disrespectful to Kurt Angle.
It's not.
All these for the business to give him Baron Corbin.
Okay, so what about Undertaker? When Undertaker did it for Brock, right?
You think they'd give Baron Corbin to Undertaker in his last match? They would never do that to the Undertaker.
Just so you know, Undertaker did not want to put over Brock. Vince McMahon made Undertaker put over Brock. Just so we're clear.
Okay. I don't know about
that.
That.
Undertaker's decision.
Is that a fact? Unless the Undertaker has said that, I don't know about that because the Undertaker's never been a selfish guy, you know.
That's true. You're right. You're true.
Undertaker just did like a shoot interview, by the way, for some church. I don't know if you guys saw it online, but it's the first time he spoke.
The one with the preacher?
Yeah. I couldn't watch it. I was like, I could not watch it.
I don't want to see the Undertaker being Mark. I only want to see him be the Undertaker. Yeah. Don't fucking be Mark, dude.
He started talking all weird, and I was just like, no, wait a minute. No, I don't like this. I can't. This is not holy.
I hadn't even seen it.
So you're going with Corbin?
Corbin, yeah. For
sure. Are you going with
brutal fashion? Corbin in brutal fashion.
Brutal fashion.
Yeah.
Corbin or Kurt?
I'm gonna take a gamble on this one. I'm gonna say Kurt's gonna fucking squash him in 30 seconds or less.
Okay.
You know what though? But the thing is, Kurt's in bad shape.
He looks in bad shape.
They said that. I mean, they booked Kurt versus AJ, Kurt versus Joe. And they ended those matches immediately. They did DQ.
Tomorrow night he's wrestling fucking Mysterio.
And I bet anything that Joe comes out and just kills Ray and makes a DQ because they say Kurt can't go. I mean, if you can't go with AJ Styles or Samoa Joe, you're not going to go out there and go with Baron Corbin. So I do think it's going to be short. I don't know if Kurt's going to dominate and be short, I'm more leaning towards maybe Baron just goes out there and kills him.
You think Kurt Angle's winning his last match? Is what you're saying?
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead. It's happened. It's happened. Like I said, I'm taking the gamble. I'm gonna take the gamble. So
and retired it, but I don't. I'm more leaning towards you that Corbin just murders him, because if Corbin murders Kurt Angle brutally, like you say, and quickly, and comes out the next night on Raw, that heat's gonna be fucking through the fucking roof. That's gonna be like Lesnar beating Taker heat. And if they capitalize, that's the thing. Can they capitalize it?
They would have to capitalize on it.
Raw the next night, they may have him just go out there and lose to Finn Balor or Roman Reigns and just fucking blow it immediately. They've done that before too, so it's all in the.
He's a top heel once that happens, right? Once he comes out and
what you could do if you had him kill Kurt, right? Okay, you have him fucking just squash Kurt at WrestleMania, right? He's got all this heat. How I would capitalize on it, I would book like a championship match. Maybe even a fucking world title match, right?
But then
have Baron Corbin go out there and screw the babyface. Just go out there and totally screw the babyface. Bam, you got more heat on him now.
Yeah, but that's just DQ. Like that's like a DQ thing. Like that. Well, you're fucking up a match.
But if you do it against a very strong babyface, you're gonna get the heat. That's my point.
At this point, DQs are so overused that people are going to hate it just because it's a DQ.
Right, exactly.
And they're not going to care the circumstances. They're just going to be like, it's a DQ, especially if it's a title match and it's a long, good match, and then you screw them. They're not going to be like, ooh, this bastard heel. They're going to be like, another fucking screw finish,
fuck WWE for doing
it. Fuck you for doing this finish.
How about this? How about if he was able to inject himself into the match somehow, fucking cheated his way and won the fucking title?
But yeah, he's not
be fucking
anymore, so he can't really, fucking do all this shit. All right, let's move on.
My point before we move on, my point was just that they would have to do something drastic like that to maintain that heat. If that's
I don't know. I think he could roll off of that heat for a little while. I think if he just comes out and talks shit, and I maybe make him come out and be like, I retired Kurt Angle. Now I'm the Olympic hero and all this bullshit. That
would be good.
Because
that would be good.
He's an athlete. He's a fucking Gold Glove guy. He's a former NFLer. He's an athlete.
You know what to get like the most heat? Break Kurt Angle's neck. If he breaks Kurt Angle's neck, it's still worth breaking his neck. Just work.
Your job.
Yeah, make it work. Yeah,
that's good, dude. Job Angle. That's good.
Yeah.
All right, hey, yo, what's our time, Adam?
We're at 58 minutes.
All right, yo, let's blast through these last three. Let's go really quick through NXT and Hall of Fame, and we're out of here. Cruiserweight Championship, probably pre-show match. Murphy and Tony Nese. No one cares about this match, but it's still going to...
Wait a minute. It's not going to go on the pre-show either. It's not going on the pre-show.
It's definitely going on the pre-show.
No, definitely not.
I would bet my life the Cruiserweight title...
First of all, the Cruiserweight titles had a spot on pay-per-views like a motherfucker, all right?
WrestleMania.
Not for Mania yet.
Never been on the Mania.
Look, this show, this one, it might even start. It might even start, but it's not going on the pre-show. I know it's not going on the pre-show. I can feel it. This is like somebody likes.
Haven't they already announced it for the pre-show?
Oh, have they? Oh, no, I don't know. All right then.
I don't know. So, but if they have, then yeah.
Yeah, I'm not talking about it. I'm not
I admit it. Buddy Murphy is the shit.
Yeah,
no doubt.
He's dope.
Tony Nese is great, so it's going to be a great match, but WWE doesn't give a fuck about the Cruiserweights. If they put Aries and Pop on the pre-show, they're not going to put Buddy and Tony on the main card.
Right.
But I think Buddy retains. Great match. I think it's going to be great.
Yeah, I think Buddy's going to retain too.
Yeah,
what about you, Buddy?
I'm not going to watch it if it's on the pre-show. So
Andre the Giant. You don't watch the pre-show. Andre the Giant Battle Royal. Obviously, Braun's going to win it. Why the fuck is Braun Strowman in the Andre the Giant Battle Royal? Has there been a worse misuse?
Well, hold on. Right quick, let's all go through like who's in the Battle Royal. Okay, we have Braun Strowman, Colin Josh, Michael Shea.
Colin Josh.
Yeah, the two guys from SNL.
Here.
We have Andrade, Apollo Crews, Titus O'Neil, Tyler Breeze, Jinder Mahal, No Way Jose, Bobby Roode, Chad Gable, Kalisto, Grand Metalik, Lince Dorado, Bo Dallas, Curtis Axel, Heath Slater, Rhino, Victor Connor, Ali, he doesn't have a last name anymore apparently, Shelton Benjamin, Luke Gallows, Carl Anderson, Matt Hardy, Jeff Hardy, Otis Tucker, EC3.
I think
that's who we have.
You just went through all that for nothing because still the winner is Braun Strowman. No, it's a bunch of jobbers.
It's either Jinder Mahal or EC3.
No,
I don't think it's going to be EC3.
It's Ali. It's either Braun or Ali.
It's not going to be Braun. Sure.
I think it's going to be Ali. I think it's going to be Ali.
Braun or Ali. There's no. Why would Jinder win this?
Because Jinder is the.
Jinder's is back down to jobber status. I'm sorry, but he is.
Nobody right now.
Don't say that. Don't say that about
What about
Jinder.
the Women's Battle Royal? Who wins that?
I believe in you, Jinder.
A Women's Battle Royal. It's got to be Asuka, right? Throw her a fucking bone.
It's got to be Asuka.
It's going to be someone from NXT. It's going to be someone from NXT.
All right. So that's WrestleMania. Really quickly, does John Cena get a match on this show?
I think he's going to get a match. I think
he's
going to get a match.
Against who?
I don't know. I don't know. I really don't know, but I think he is going to have a match of some kind. I think he's going to get physical somehow, one way or another, at WrestleMania.
There's all this talk about Rob Gronkowski. Him and Mojo Rawley are good friends. Any chance the Revival do an open challenge and Mojo Rawley and Rob Gronkowski come out and beat them for the titles? That's a big rumor going around. That's a big ESPN.
I haven't heard this. I haven't heard this rumor.
You haven't heard that Rob Gronkowski might sign?
I haven't heard that. This is new to me. Shit, I must have fucking missed that. Shit.
I mean, it would be cool. I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind seeing some stars like up in WrestleMania. You know, Rob Gronkowski is a fucking joke though.
It'd be smart. I think it'd be a good move.
Undertaker, no way he's on WrestleMania, right? Too late, huh?
You think he might make an appearance? I think he might make an appearance.
His music's gonna hit for sure.
All right, let's hit up NXT real quick. 2 out of 3 falls. Johnny Gargano and Adam Cole. That's gonna be fucking awesome. You got Adam Cole. You got Adam Cole. I'm going Gargano. Baby. They got to pay off this story eventually. Shayna Baszler, Io Shirai, Bianca Belair, and Carrie Seen women's title. Bianca Belair, like her. I think we go with a. I think we go with a fucking Io Shirai. I think it's her time.
Yeah, she might be. I think I take it off with Shayna Baszler. I do not like Shayna Baszler. Like,
why not? What's wrong with Shayna Baszler?
Her fucking face, bro.
Her fucking face.
I don't know. I just don't know. There's something about her just like
right there.
I think they're gonna take it off Baszler for sure. Oh man, I don't know who they're gonna because Bianca Belair and fucking Io Shirai is just they're both amazing, especially Bianca Blair. Just
shit, dude. She
has grown as a performer so much in these last few months. Very quickly. So I think I would love to see it on Io Shirai, but you know what? I think they're going to put it on Bianca Belair because
let's blast through this.
We got to see her with that title. We got to see her with some gold around her waist. I think.
Banger alert! Velveteen Dream and Matt Riddle, North American title. That's going to be the shit.
Man,
with Matt Riddle because I think Velveteen Dream is getting promoted. I think he's going up after Mania. Yep. So bros, Matt Riddle.
I agree, 100%.
Another fucking banger. Pete Dunne and Walter for the UK title. That's going to be fucking awesome. I think Walter is going to he's going to take that title.
I don't watch UK NXT, so I don't know.
You know what, Shoma?
Have you seen Walter?
Yeah, he's big guy, right? Big.
Walter is the shit, and I'm going to go with Walter.
I think I'm going to go with you on that one. I think it's time. I think it's time to take the title off him. And, he had a damn good fucking run.
He's had a good run. He has.
Now is the time to do it, especially with this guy and the storyline they've been doing.
Rapid fire. War Raiders and Black and Ricochet. I mean, Black and Ricochet already promoted. They won the Dusty Classic.
Raiders.
Obviously, the Raiders are keeping it, but that should be a fucking great match. This NXT looks amazing. We're going to wrap this up. Let's go through the Hall of Fame real quick, give some quick thoughts, and we're fucking out of here. I got the list right here, my friend. We're going to start with DX, including China. So it's Triple H, Shawn Michaels,
hey,
Laws,
man,
and Stein.
So that little piece that you did, right, man, like that had something with the universe, man. The universe made that shit happen. China's in the Hall of Fame. So I think that's
awesome. That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
What?
So awesome.
Oh, yeah. Hey, yeah, he did.
Awesome. I'm so happy. I'm so happy.
Who is making noise?
Somebody at WWE's watching. I know they
better be. If they're smart, they are.
Mm-hmm.
Honky Tonk Man, yo, long overdue.
Way long overdue.
Yeah, I thought he was in.
Exactly.
So
The Honky Tonk Man.
I did too. I thought he was in too.
Well, he's been like anti-WWE for a while, so probably that's why they didn't put him in. But they start.
He's the same with JCW, right? Like the same fucking thing. He was like, "Fuck JCW." So
yeah, they're all like, "Fuck the WWE, fuck the WWE," and they're like, "You want to be in the Hall of Fame? Hell yeah, I do." And, they cut them a check, so yeah, whatever. Honky Tonk going in, great. Harlem Heat.
They deserve it, bro. Why not?
Is does Stevie Ray deserve it? Well, it's a tag team, so maybe.
I mean that you can say that same argument for a lot of people that are in the Hall of Fame right now. I mean, there's some people like maybe they shouldn't be in, but at the end of the day, we know why they put certain people in.
He's not going in solo, so. But then like Booker T is a 2-time Hall of Famer. I like Booker T, but I don't know if he's worthy of being a 2-time Hall of Famer.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I mean, that's all to one's opinion.
All right,
but as far as Harlem Heat, I really have no problem with it. I always liked Harlem Heat, so good for them.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into this. Tori fucking Wilson.
Mm-hmm.
How is she a Hall of Famer?
How is Jacqueline a Hall of Famer?
Jacqueline had a long career. Jacqueline was one of the original women that could actually wrestle. Jacqueline helped establish women's division. Tori Wilson did bra and panties matches.
Bro, but in the most important, she still, what she did, her contribution, man, is not fucking sullied or dirty because she wore bra and panties. Fuck that shit. I used to, her segments were one of the segments I would be glued to the fucking screen, dog. Like, what are you talking about?
She's a Hall of Famer because she's hot.
Yes.
Seriously.
So the fuck what?
Because she's hot. She's a Hall of Famer.
So what about Sable then? What about Sable? What?
Sable actually made contributions.
Because she was what?
Sable and Stunny redefined the women's era. They brought women back to the forefront. They were important. Tori Wilson and Stacy Keibler were they were just eye candy.
Sable was a draw.
Look, it was Sable.
Sable was a draw.
It was Sable and Sunny, okay? And to me, both of them deserve to be in Hall of Fame, right?
Yeah,
agreed. Agreed.
Tori Wilson and Stacy Keibler were the next Sable and Sunny, dude. That's all it is, man. And they deserve it too because I was into them just as much as I was into Sable and Sunny. So
yeah, but I think you need to actually contribute more than just being hot.
They did.
What? Name one Tori Wilson match.
What's up, Jay from Twitch on Twitch? Thanks for watching us. Hey,
what's up, Jay?
What's up, Jay? Thanks for watching, man.
Jay says Tori Wilson doesn't belong in the Hall of Fame. Thanks for agreeing with me, Jay.
All right. Next, what's going on next?
Move on. All right, finally, the Hart Foundation. Bret Hart and Jim D'Anville Neidhart slam dunk easily.
Yeah.
Easily.
And then Natty Neidhart is I mean, I feel like look, it wouldn't happen if Jim D'Anville Neidhart didn't pass away.
I think it would eventually. I don't think it's just because he died. I mean, I think the Hart Foundation definitely can go in on their merits. Yeah, not just because he died.
Just how polarizing they were.
Does that make Owen and British Bulldog go in too?
It's just the tag team.
So
they just said
why is that like?
Well, it's because Owen Hart's wife that owns the Owen Hart estate will not agree to put him in the Hall of Fame because she's still pissed at the WWE. I mean, I can't say I blame her. He's dead because of them, but I mean, I think maybe enough time has passed. She should let it go and let the man be honored, but she will not let it go and let him be honored. I think the Bulldog will go in eventually on its own, but I think they're putting in the Hart Foundation tag team, which was an established entity long before the.
And they're mainly focusing on their time before the Next Generation era. When Shawn Michaels, Bret Hart.
When DX was. Well, the thing is,
No,
the DX was a tag team way before they were stable, right? And so the same thing with the Hart Foundation.
It was just Triple H
Yeah,
and Shawn.
you're right.
Yeah, a long time. But they're focusing more on the whole group, which is cool. But yeah, that's WWE WrestleMania. That's NXT. That's the Hall of Fame. We are fucking done. I got my tequila. I'm going to take a shot here for WrestleMania. For a drink here. Thank y'all for watching. Thank y'all for listening.
Thank y'all for watching.
Love y'all.
Goodbye. And see you the week after.
We'll be here
next week for the WrestleMania
next week,
review.
right after WrestleMania. Get the fuck back here.
So right after WrestleMania. So you can get some more.
See you next time for that review.
And if it's not, all right. Much love. Bye-bye.
Peace out.